10,000 years ago, Azshara, queen of the quel'thalas, used the arcane energy of the Well of Eternity to summon the fallen titan Sargeras and his burning legion. The Night Elf rebellion, aided by the dragons, wild gods and earthen, succeeded in preventing Sargeras' arrival. However, this caused the Well of Eternity to implode and shatter the continent of Kalimdor in an event known as the Sundering, killing thousands.
Let go. Let go. No! I am queen. This is the empire I built. It is over.
The remaining highborn elves, those closest to the power and users of magic, were forbidden from using their arcane powers by the new Night Elf leadership to prevent any further attention from the demons. The quel'thalas were addicted to the arcane and could not stop their practices, and after nearly 3,000 years of flouting the law, they were banished from the quel'thalas lands. Led by Dathramar Sunstrider, the highborn sailed to the eastern kingdoms. After a brief stay at what is now known as Tiraspol Glades, they continued northeast until they reached the heartland of the Trollamani nation. Using a vial of water from the Well of Eternity, Dathramar created the Sunwell, built Silvermoon City, and created the kingdom of quel'thalas. Despite clashes with the trolls, the quel'thalas flourished and created a barrier to prevent the Burning Legion from detecting their magic use, called Ban de Noriel. Dathramar became king, and the years that followed were peaceful, until an uprising of the Amani Empire led by Jintha. With aid from the human Arathorian Empire led by King Thoradin, and in return for teaching magic to the humans, Jintha was killed and the Amani were pushed right back to Zul'Aman. When the Orcs invaded Azeroth through the Dark Portal, the quel'thalas sent only token aid to the humans and concentrated their focus on the trolls. The land was defended and patrolled by the Farstriders, led by their Ranger General Sylvanas Windrunner. When the Orcs did arrive, they were aided by the Amani trolls and their leader Zul'jin. With Orgrim Doomhammer, his Orcs, and captive red dragons, Zul'jin led them into quel'thalas and attacked the High Elves. Fortunately, they were not able to penetrate the protection of Ban de Noriel, and they were defeated by the armies of King Anasterian Sunstrider and the human kingdom of Lordaeron. Around 16 years later, the Lich King and quel'thuzad began to release the scourge on Lordaeron and a plague to turn the living to the undead. quel'thuzad was killed by Prince Arthas Menethil in defense of his kingdom, but he later became a Death Knight with the cursed blade Frostmourne. In order to resurrect quel'thalas, Arthas needed the power of the Sunwell, and the Scourge began to invade quel'thalas. With the aid of the traitor Darkan Drafir, they were able to penetrate the protective magics of Ban Dinorial.
Take her! Run!
With the death of Sylvanas under his belt and by his side as a banshee, Arthas arrived at Silvermoon, destroying it after killing King Anasterion in a duel. Arriving at the Sunwell, he used its energy to raise quel'thalas as a lich, and left the land devastated and the Sunwell corrupted. Prince Quel'thas Sunstrider destroyed what was left of the well to prevent its taint from infecting the survivors, and renamed his people the Sin'dorau in honour of the blood spilt. Now searching for a cure for their magic addiction, Quel'thas is now in Outland with the demon hunter Illidan, Lady Varsh, and many other blood elves, while quel'thalas is rebuilding under the stewardship of the Regent Lord Lor'themar Theron and the new Ranger General Huldaron Brightwing. The remaining blood elves feel abandoned by Quel'thas and resentful of the Alliance for failing them, so Lor'themar has allied the Sin'dorau with the Horde. To avoid becoming wretched, a devolved form caused by magic withdrawal, the elves have learned to absorb arcane and fell energy. Sunstrider Isle, named for King Dathramar, is a small island to the northwest of Silvermoon, and its former population was utterly destroyed by the Scourge. But 4 years later, the kingdom is starting to recover, beginning with training new recruits and rebuilding. We're greeted by Magistrix Arona at the Sunspire, who commands we kill mana worms and to collect collars from springpaw lynxes. Arcanist Helion instructs us in the use of our racial ability, Arcane Torrent, to absorb arcane energy from a mana worm. Well Watcher Selenian asks that we collect his forgotten belongings, his scrying orb, scroll of scourge magic, and his journal. As we do this, we read the plaque on the statue of Dathramar Sunstrider. Arcanist Ithanas needs an arcane sliver from any of the arcane creatures in the area, and it's now time to meet our trainers. We have Delios Silverblade, the warrior trainer, Julia Sunstriker, the mage trainer, and Jesthanis Sunstriker, the paladin trainer, possibly siblings or spouses. Matron Arena, the priest trainer, Half-Stalker Cariel, the rogue trainer, Ranger Selena, the hunter trainer, How, the monk trainer, and Summoner Telelarian, the warlock trainer, and they all instruct us to practice our new abilities on the training dummies. Lanthan Perelon wants tenders killed, and then sends us into Falthrian Academy. We need to cull the raves occupying the structure, and kill Falendrin the Wretched. As we kill the wraiths, we may find a tainted arcane sliver, which we take back to Arcanist Helion for study. While at the Sunspire, we will also encounter Raylis Dawnstar, Shara Sunwing, Yasmin Telelarian, possibly related to Summoner Telelarian, and the sisters Faradun and Janethes Telrin. At the beach, we will also encounter Jessel and his 2 daughters, Jane and Nova, with their cats Manny and Kitty. Lanthan sends us to Outrunner Alarian. She suspects a fellow Outrunner has been killed, while carrying a package for Magistrix Arona. We find the scout who's been killed by the wretched and recover the package, which needs to be given to innkeeper Delaniel in Falconwing Square. The Sindorai are immortals, and so some families are rather large and less touched by the scourge, and so will meet many related blood elves. Delios Silverblade may be related to Lothan Silverblade, who will meet soon at Falconwing Square, Baladin Silverblade, who is a vendor in Dalaran, and Baran Silverblade, a blood knight at Deathweb Hollow in Talador. Julia and Jesthanis Sunstriker are probably related to Dathris Sunstriker, a scryer in Shatrath City, Elisaria Sunstriker in Salthrall's Haven in Eversong Woods, Elathriel Sunstriker, the innkeeper at Warvar in the Grand, and Champion Sunstriker, a blood knight in Silvermoon City. Raylis Dawnstar's family is likely Vaina Dawnstar, the Shatari heirloom vendor in the Scryer's Library in Shatrath City, Byra Dawnstar, also a scryer in Shatrath, Marcilla Dawnstar at Falconwind Square, Arcanist Calestris at Falcon Watch in Hellfire Peninsula, and Blood Knight Dawnstar, whose body we'll find at Death Home in the Ghostlands. Magistrix Arona may be related to Lenore Arona in the Court of the Sun in Silvermoon. And lastly, Shara Sunwing may be related to Skymaster Sunwing, a flight master at Tranquillium in the Ghostlands, and Adept Sunwing, another flight master at Fellblaze Ingress in Azuna, and now a demon hunter. As we head into Dawning Lane, we'll venture further into the impact of the Third War and the history of the Sindorai.
This one shows promise. The whispers lure her toward her fate.